No, I was born to do this, man. Like, man, at a young age, I was knocking heavyweights out.
I gotta hear more about this. Where were you knocking out heavyweights? What was?
High school, middle school, shoot. I take fighting very, very personal. It's business on the outside, cool, yeah. But when it comes to me fighting you, you're trying to take my life away, my potential, what I want as a life. So it's personal for me every single time.
Your fan base is probably the only fan base that could battle the Armenian fan base.
We love the Armenians too. We tell the Armenians love me, so it's cool. Like we're back and forth, you know. But yeah, we know the Armenians coming deep. I've been wrestling for a long, long time. I just don't need to use it.
Do you like to use it, or do you just like to strike and put it on that show?
If I can wrestle you and take you down and hold you down, yeah, sure, it's gonna win. I'm gonna win, but you know, the UFC gonna see me and be like, let's get him. I want him. Is Dana White gonna be like, I need him? No, no one's gonna want that guy.
We came and saw you guys train at Black House a couple months ago.
I was like, Samuel, usually when they come to do the gym visits, it's more like for the gym. It's like, let's give more like this show like for the people here, you know, not just us killing each other. And he was like, no, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna show them real work.
Ryan, our guest today, truly, in my opinion, needs no introduction.
We're going to give him one anyways, all right?
Well, you have to give him an introduction because he's one of the most amazing athletes out there that currently is not signed to the big show, if you ask me.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I think he might be number one on that list.
Listen,
but you know what? Selfishly, I mean, he's currently one of our champs. Selfishly, I love having him fight under the UNF banner. And we'll keep him as long as we can, although he will not be here for a long time.
Look, I kind of want to start doing some shit to hold him back from getting to the big show. But the truth is, he needs to be there. That's really how I feel.
No, he definitely does need to be there. Well, let's get to it, you guys. Our guest today is Anthony the Bully Romero.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me, man. Always good to be with the Buckner family.
Dude, we love you, bro. Yeah. Like, honestly, it's going to suck when you get that calling away for our promotion, because you're the most fan favorite, most entertaining athlete, in my opinion, that we have on the roster.
Oh, that's 100%, brother. Like I really think you add the fight style, the power. You know, at the lighter weight class too, you don't see many guys like you. You know what I mean? So you're really like you're a gem in the fight game, and you know, we've definitely been blessed to have you fight under the banner. And like my dad said, we don't want to see you go, but we know the time's coming soon.
I'm not trying to leave too soon. You know, I enjoy fighting at Commerce, man. You know, all my fans. That's something I really, really do enjoy. So, you know, if I can fight 2 more times with you guys before the UFC calls, then, you know, I'll take it.
Look, we'll enjoy that ride until you get that call. But Anthony, honestly, bro, I have no doubt that call is coming. I mean, Ryan, who has the most bonuses in UNF history? Isn't it Anthony?
You're looking at him. Looking at him.
How many? Do you even remember how many bonuses?
I think he's gotten one in almost every single fight.
Yeah, just the only one I haven't got one was
the Ryan Lilly fight, right?
Yeah, the Ryan Lilly fight.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's just you know, I was born to do this, man. Like, you know, fighting, I just always had it, you know, even at a young age. You talking about my knockout power. I was knocking heavyweights out back in the day, you know. So
hold on, I gotta hear more about this. Where were you knocking out heavyweights? What was?
Man, if in high school, middle school, shoot.
So were you? What? Go.
No, I want to know who was the first dude that you knocked out. Do you even remember?
The first
like how old you were?
Nah, I don't remember the first guy I knocked out. I was young. I was probably like somewhere in middle school. For whatever reason, I'm always when I do get into a fight, usually with groups of people, I'm always looking for the biggest dude. Yeah. Whoever the biggest guy is on that group, okay, I'll take him. And then that's usually what happens. You know, I end up beating him up.
You know, that is really smart though. You want to take out the biggest threat first, right? And then
exactly.
It gets a little easier.
That's exactly my mindset. Yeah. I'm going to take this big dude out, and all his friends are going to see him out, and they're going to be like, seeing a ghost.
That's funny.
That's really what happens.
That's funny because that's the opposite of Ryan. Ryan looks for the scrawniest, weakest, smallest person, and then picks on that person.
Yeah, I'll call my dad. Dad, you'd be so proud of me. Just be the smallest guy in the group. No, but... Okay, well, so you've been fighting, you know, whether street fights, school fights, whatever.
It starts with my mom, actually. My mom had me when she was 15. She's was in the gang. Yeah, she was in the gang life. So yeah, it's a kid having a kid, right?
Yeah.
And she was with all her homegirls and stuff, and they all had kids too. But one thing she never wanted for me was to get like bullied and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ironic, right? That my name's
naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. So. As a kid, her being a kid, she would just have me fight all the other little kids in the neighborhood, you know, all her friends, all her homegirls. So that's kind of how it started, you know, just being like with a bunch of little kids and just fighting all the time, you know. kind of just in the streets, you know, just that's how it really started. And then, man, I just kept fighting until I was like 12. And then my stepdad is the one that actually finally switched it for me. You know, he was like, okay, you're clearly an athlete. You like to fight. Like, you have something here, but like, we're not doing nothing for you now. So let's get you into to MMA, jiu-jitsu, actually. I started off with jiu-jitsu at 11, 12 years old, at Black House, Higa Machado's. So I've been at Black House my whole career too. But yeah, I started off at Higa Machado's, and then that's when I moved on to MMA at 18. So I didn't start learning striking until 18, 19, which is kind of late. You know, if you think about it.
Yeah, especially in today's day of like MMA, where kids are getting started in the rest, like, you know, they're getting started at 5, 6 years old now.
So it's something I've had, even that, like my left hand, like when I was young.
That left hand,
you know, they say
so clean.
They say some similar stuff about my right hand, the same thing.
I've heard that. Who says that? Only him, bro. Nobody else.
I have my uncles that tell me stories of when I was little, when I was young, man, and they're like, dude, we'll be slapboxing, we messing around with you, and then you would throw this left overhand, and I'm like, oh, whoa, like that was gonna hit me. Like, so I've always had, like, I don't know what it is. I just knew, like, common sense. All right, most people are right-handed, right? So they're gonna throw this right hand. I'm gonna move my head to the right and throw this overhand to the boom right up top. And man, usually it worked.
Yeah. So no, I mean, it's actually very interesting. Like, so, you know, you said your mom never wanted you to get bullied.
Yep.
So you would just be fighting all the kids. If you can remember, do you remember yourself enjoying fighting at that age? Like, was it something like, I love this, I can't wait to go tomorrow?
It was more like playing. Like, I just wanted to have fun, and I was also that annoying friend that always wanted to horseplay. You know that guy.
You seem like that kind of guy.
Yeah, that was me, man. That was me, and I always thought my friends were playing with me too, but no, they were just kind of like, bro, like stop. You know, I get that. I see that now as I'm older, but yeah, that's the kid I was.
Yeah.
So it was more like just for fun. You know, I wasn't trying to like, oh, I want to fight. You know, it was more just having fun.
Yeah.
Boys, young boys.
Talking about your mom, right? Having you at 16 years old, man, that is, or 15.
Yeah.
15. I mean, what a challenge. I mean, so your upbringing, were you brought up in, where were you brought up?
I lived all through LA, inner cities of LA. Didn't really stay in one spot for much. You know, I moved all the time. I was raised by freaking gangbangers and drug dealers, really.
Yeah.
To be honest, you know, so that's kind of the upbringing I had. But they were always, you know, how I have a different mindset when I see people like that. It's like, it's, you know, like I still get, they're still people, you know, I get raised, and I was raised well by them, you know, but that's who I.
But did you ever get pulled into that? Did you ever bang? Did you ever deal?
No.
Or were you just smart enough and just say that life is not for me?
I seen it, and I was in there. I lived it without having to live it. You know, like my mom was little girl having me like in the hood with her because she had no one else. You know, her parents were also like gangbangers too. So like that was her life. You know, all she had was the hood. So I was around it as a little kid. You know.
So was your mom part of the same gang that her parents were? Was it generational, or was it
different gang?
Just a lifestyle?
Just the LA lifestyle, different gang. But yeah, I seen, you know, a bunch of gangbangers, all that type of stuff as a little kid, man. So that never really interested me. When I finally got to middle school and that was the thing to do, everyone was in crews and stuff like that. Nah, that was never like that. And also, plus, we never stayed at one spot for longer than a year. I'm always moving to new schools, and that's really where I got my fighting stuff too from. Is because I was the short little white kid everyone thought, right? So I would get picked on, and then like I was raised not to be no punk. So as soon as I would get picked on, you know, I'd handle business. And then it became like I would go to school, transfer to so many different schools that I would already know what's up. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to this school. Someone's gonna fuck with me, and I gotta beat them up. Because then after I fight one person, everyone's friends with me. All the girls like you. Everyone's cool. Everyone wants to be your friends, and that's kind of how just kids are, right? Yeah. But that's what the 6th, 7th, 8th grade, not till like 9th grade when I had to beat up 2 seniors. Finally, no one messed with me. Like, so I stopped fighting in the streets like after 9th grade. But before that, your boy was active.
Bro, in 9th grade, he already retired, Ryan. It took you so much longer.
No, actually, I have a similar story though. When I went to AU Wright in 8th grade, I got in a fight like the second day at school.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, I handled business.
Yeah.
And everyone was cool with me after that.
That's how it
Do you
goes.
believe that, bro?
I believe it.
I have witnesses. Like my twin brother Kobe, who was there with me, and then my cousin Nate.
I believe it.
No, but it's. I mean, that mentality. I think my dad also. You know, it's a new generation though, right? Like, you know, if someone talks shit to you, it doesn't have to be a disrespecting, but if someone talks shit to you, it's kind of you handle it like men. You scrap it out, and that's it. I think today's age, I don't think you see so many people doing that anymore.
Everyone wants to talk about it now, or you know, like. I mean, it's cool. Violence isn't the answer anyways, right?
No, for sure.
100%.
It's just different generations too, though, right? Like, so I get that.
But does it bug you though? Like guys nowadays, you know, these keyboard warriors, they feel like they could talk shit or chirp away, and they expect you not, you know, to check them.
Yeah,
Does that bother you?
It does. It's something new to me because with the what's that guy's name?
Ryan Lilly?
Yeah, with him. With all
I got a good story about that, which I'm going to tell you.
With all his fans and friends in the comments, that was new to me. Like them, like saying all this kind of stuff. Like I wouldn't know how to react to it. But then I'm like, okay, take a step back. Like these are just fans looking in. They don't really know any better. Like I can't really fault them. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
So then that's why at first I was like in the comments too, like da, 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 da. I was like, stop. These motherfuckers don't know anything about fighting. So so at first it definitely bothered me, but now it's just part of the game.
No, I remember when you and Lily were supposed to fight. We're setting up this IG live, right? So I'm DMing him. I DM you. You're like, cool, I'm down for it. Let's do it. I know you're not a big fan of doing that stuff, but you're doing it because it's important, right?
Yeah.
So Ryan kind of does the same thing. Goes, yeah, bro, I'm sticking. I just want to talk about the fight. No bullshit. I'm like, okay. And then he jumps on the IG live, acting all gangster, talking shit.
Bro, he came wild on the IG live. Me and my dad were like trying to narrate it. I was just being quiet the whole time. I was like, what is this dude saying?
He was drunk.
No, so yeah, I mean, I kind of think
at one point he was like in the camera and did this and was like, all right.
Yeah, but I honestly, I always says I'm a fan of Ryan Lilly. So he's entertaining. He's funnier than shit.
Yeah.
And he brings it, right?
No, for sure. I even saw his last fight too, man. Even though the dude looked really good, he was fighting. He still came out there to fight. So I respect that about him. I never thought he was scared of me or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I just know we're on different levels, but I never thought. I know he's a man. He's a real fighter. So I respect that about him for sure.
Yeah. You were supposed to fight him. Unfortunately, due to circumstances, Brandon Michael Spencer had to step in, and you fought Brandon, which was an amazing fight, Ryan.
No, it really was an amazing fight. Do you think? I mean, listen, I rewatched the fight, and shout out to Brandon. But I mean, I think you controlled that fight, right? That first round, good back and forth. I gave it to you. Do you think he was gonna bring that much of a fight to you, though? Kind of stay in the middle and trade as much as he did.
He had to, because if he didn't, he had to earn. First he had to earn my respect, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like he knew he had to go out there and get after it,
right?
Because if not, then I'm just gonna walk him down, without. So him charging at me right in the beginning, I think that was a perfect game plan for him.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all, so it threw me off a little bit. But the one thing I don't like about that fight is I feel like I got hit a little too much. I was having too much fun in there, He was hitting me with those jabs a little too much. I should have moved my head a lot better, But he had a good long reach and his timing was good.
Don't you love that?
I mean, dude, you've been fighting since you were 5 years old.
I don't get hit often. I don't get hit often.
True.
That's
what was the fight where you're just doing this stuff all the time?
Was that versus
Brazilian?
Ricardo Diaz.
Right?
Ricardo Diaz, yeah.
Dude,
that's fun. I do that all the time in the gym. So it's fun that I get to showcase the stuff that I get to. I always do stuff like that, but no one gets to see it, So it was cool to get that under the lights.
Yeah. So speaking of your fight with Brandon Michael Spencer, our sponsor Soul Drip, because you got fight of the night, got you some kicks.
All right, let's check them out.
So check them out. But that's courtesy of Soul Drip. We really appreciate them.
Soul Drip shoes right now.
There you go.
Okay, these are clean. Check these out, boys.
There you go.
See, so UNF fighters, if you want some of those, better go out and put some performances on.
The bully got a cash bonus and he got a pair of kicks.
And then represent. I didn't pay for this. This is free. Man, you guys be hooking us up. Dude,
we try our best, brother.
Listen, Represent, man. Dave over at Represent is just such a good guy, man. He hooks it up with all the fighter swag bags and the gear. So we're really blessed to work with
That's
those guys.
what I say about Up Next. So I tell everyone, all my other training partners, where should I go? Lights out, whatever. I'm like, nah, man, Up Next is the best. No one's doing what Up Next doing in the regional scene. They're not no one's giving you enough attention, this much attention, the pay, the sponsors, this here, no one else is doing that type of stuff,
Yeah.
So this is definitely the place to be, especially if you want to grow your brand and get on to the next level. This is where you got to be.
So I agree with you, man. I think we're doing, Up Next is doing a lot of special stuff. And for us, we want to be that elite promotion. Yeah. We don't want to be for everybody. We want to be for the Anthony Romeros, to be honest. The guys that are truly committed, that want that road to the big show and want to get, sorry, I'm stuttering here, but we want to get to the place, want these guys to get to the place where they can showcase their skills and actually make a fucking living out of this.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's, why we're doing this kind of stuff. And we're trying to put you guys in the best position to succeed. We know it's not easy for fighters, especially starting in their fucking careers, right? So some gear here, promotion here, that goes a long way, which a lot of these people don't do. So I know we both appreciate you saying that about us because we're trying to do it as an organization for sure.
Because as fighters, we have to sacrifice a lot. Me personally, I've sacrificed careers, potential careers, jobs that paid me really well. And I've always quit that kind of stuff for this. So like we don't have that much money.
It's really cool hearing you say that though, because you're really one of the key guys that kind of started from the bottom with us, right? Like,
for sure.
It's been since you started your pro career. Pretty much your first pro win.
Yeah.
Was one of our probably first 5 events.
Yeah.
Now look at us on event number 22 coming up.
But this is what makes it so special for us too, right? I mean, just truly seeing you come up with Up Next and seeing your growth and your evolution. I remember when you were first getting interviewed and stuff. Very, you really didn't dig it. Now, man, you're so comfortable. You're ready. I mean, I think you're so ready for this next chapter, man.
Yeah, and that's a tribute to you guys. You guys definitely helped me with that, man. The cameras and all that type was definitely the biggest. Like my biggest thing was I could get into the cage all day,
and whoop ass.
This is more. At one point, this was more. I was more nervous to do this kind of stuff. Now I'm okay, but like as you said in the beginning, I definitely was like, what am I gonna say? I don't want to stutter or this and this and that. It's even hard for me to talk about my life because I've talked about it before, and sometimes I just feel like I'm repeating myself too much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But the cool thing is, I actually like you talking about your life, right? Because I think there's a lot of athletes out there who are trying to make it, who have struggled, who have the same types of struggles you've had, right? Yeah. But they don't always see a way out. And I think you could serve as that sort of role model. Your mom was 15 when she had you, rough neighborhoods, you didn't have the easiest upbringing, and you're knocking on the door to the big show, bro. Yeah. Like, you're one phone call away. I mean, you've got a fight coming up, one good fight away. You should be getting that call. Yeah. I mean, it's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, your story is inspiring, and it's good for people to hear it and see. I know you say you talk about it too much or whatever, but trust me, there's going to be at least one person that watches the podcast that comes out that sees it is inspired by you.
And that's what I think too. I'm like, man, there's going to be one kid or 2 kids, and like now I have kids walking up to me asking for pictures and stuff like that.
How cool is that?
I remember one event
that was really freaking cool.
So I had like some family friends in their
they wanted my
nephews,
gloves.
The nephews. I
wanted to give them. I should have given them.
You signed one of their gloves because I gave them some gloves before because they were just loving it. So you signed one of their gloves. And then one of the kids, bro, can you have the champ sign this glove? You signed it for my brother, not me. So we ran over to you in the back and had you sign it.
That type of stuff is cool. But I seen in the video of one of my other fights as I'm walking out, this kid has his hand out. I shake his hand, and he's like, ah. Yeah. I just loved that. I was like, that's I was doing that too. But like he did that, I was like, okay, see, like that's like that was me, him. Like he was showing, so I'm already.
Is it kind of crazy those things are happening to you though?
Yeah,
I mean, listen, I know you're confident. I know you're going to go places, but when they happen in those real moments, right,
I wasn't ready for it.
To see you.
It's still like, whoa, okay.
No, it's awesome.
Well, bro, it's crazy. Everyone knows your name now on the regional scene, man, and I'm sure people around the country are talking too. I mean, you've got to be one of the top bantamweights in the country, in my opinion.
Yeah, most definitely. So listen, you've definitely solidified yourself as one of the top prospects out of the UFC. What was your favorite fight that you had? I'll tell you mine too, but I want to do this first. A Dow fight?
The Dow fight.
Why?
More because I am coming off a loss. I wasn't after that loss. I took 11 months off. Not because I wanted to. I wasn't in a good place, man. I was depressed after that loss. I was the first time I've lost. So I was messed up. So I was off. I wasn't training for 11 months, man. Those 11 months was probably the worst time of my life. I was depressed, sleeping in. All I was doing was just working, paying my bills, like no money, So after getting back into the gym and then like getting ready for that fight, it was a big deal for me because I'm coming off a loss. I'm coming off of 11 months of not training, so I had something to prove to myself, and it's a bigger weight class. So I'm like, okay, and that's probably why. And then I got to show like, okay, I'm really here.
Well, it had to be probably hard for you too, right? Because as a amateur, you were like the rising star, right? Yeah. You were 4-0, I believe. State champ, you had a promotion title.
5-0, all finishes, man. I thought I was John Jones. That's why I lost my pro debut, man. I was fucking partying, doing all that kind of stuff. 2 weeks before my fight, a week before my fight, I have pictures of me doing stupid shit, like weeks before my fight, man.
What kind of stupid shit were you doing, bro?
Some drinking, some white girl, whatever you want to call it, man, I was having fun, man, thinking I was John Jones. So, and then that's why also I think that loss was a really good thing for me too, because it took me 11 months to snap out of it, but once I did snap out of it, and I was like, man, that was the best thing that happened to me.
This is why at the amateur level we call them rising stars, right? Why
I wish I lost in amateurs.
That's where I was going, bro. So many of these guys want to pad their records in the amateurs, and Ryan, he's a rising stars matchmaker. Is like, take the tough fights now, experience everything now.
Yeah, take a loss
before you fucking go to the pros.
I wish 100%. I lost before, man. I wish I fought the whole 3 rounds. Oh, man, for sure.
Listen, everyone always says you learn more from your losses than your wins. I think that's true, and that's why I do try to preach to the amateurs. Like, a lot of guys want to go 7-0, not fight the toughest guys, which I'm all about. Like, you don't need to take the toughest fights, but once you get to 3-0, hey, you got to fight someone a little tougher with the same record.
Yeah.
But these dudes that are taking these padded fights and wanting to fight cans, I mean, do you respect these guys? Are these guys truly preparing themselves to,
I don't respect
make it in this?
Listen, whether I respect them or not, they will not be prepared for the long run in the business, right? They're going to eventually meet that guy that is as tough as them, is as skilled. Are you as battle tested? Have you been here before? That's what it really comes down to. Because a lot of these guys, you don't want to experience your first real test in a cage when you're 6-0 as a pro, about to get to the UFC, right? Like that's not what you want to do. You want to do it early in your career where you've seen it, you felt it, and you're ready for it when it comes up again. That's how I feel about it. So.
100%. I don't respect those kind of dudes, man. But I'm a fighter, man. That's how we are too. My coach, we don't pick no easy fights.
Oh no, your coach is all about it.
Your coach is a lunatic, bro. And I love him.
I love it.
And I love him to death. I mean, he almost. We had an episode with Albert Morales. We talked about when Samurai almost beat Ryan and I up one night.
Ooh, that was a little scary.
And I was a little scared, if I'm being honest, because Samurai would whoop me. But I mean, I really love that guy. I love his.
You're a private investigator. I'm sure you got some stuff under your sleeve.
No, he actually knows. Let's talk about Brazilian. He knows a trick or two. I mean, I don't know if he can handle Brazilian Samurai.
No. don't even put me in that category.
But he knows a thing or two. But yeah, no.
Look, I was brought up similar to how you were brought up, to be honest. Like you see now, like fortunately through hard work, we've built a successful business and we've done pretty well for ourselves. But I grew up in, Lawndale, Hawthorne, young mom, just all sorts of shit. So, I've been around, and that's why I really draw to this fight game, because this business is really, really tough, but I draw to all the athletes. Guys like you and some of the other guys are what truly inspires me to keep going every day and building up next, because this is giving all you guys a potential platform, to live in abundance, to really make something of yourselves.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for a part-time. I need a career out of this. I need a life. I want to have, eventually I'm going to want to have kids and, a family, and this is how I want to do it. At least start my money, Obviously, this is not a long career, so I'm going to have plans after. But, that's definitely... If it wasn't for MMA, man, I don't know what the hell I'd be doing, man.
Bro, you think you'd be locked up or something? Or do you feel like... I mean, there's some dudes I talk to, bro, that are just on the edge. Like, if they didn't have MMA, they'd be fucking
maybe
in the
not
pen,
locked up
bro.
because...
Like, I don't know.
Maybe not locked up because, like I said, I've always
You're too smart for that?
I've been around it too much, man. Like... You're gonna go to jail, you're gonna die, or you're gonna get out of jail, or you don't go to jail, you're gonna be a construction worker. It ain't nothing good coming out of that type of life, No one, unless you're a successful drug dealer.
And who's truly a success? You get caught eventually, right? Like,
but yes, you eventually get caught.
Right,
Something happens, But yeah, that's it, So I don't think I'd have been in jail, but man, I don't know what I'd have been doing. Probably some freaking construction too, pipe fitting. I was in a union for a little bit. I was a union pipe fitter for a little bit. That was really cool. I was making really good money at like 19, 20, so that was really cool. By now, if I didn't never quit because of fighting, I would have been rolling. I've been chilling, my own crib, all that.
But you know what, bro? You'd be one of these dudes that's just doing something they don't enjoy. There's no passion in your life. You can have the money, you can have all this, but what's your purpose, right? You're getting to live your dream. Yeah. But bro, the dream that you've chosen is one of the hardest dreams I believe out there.
Sure is, man. Sure is.
Listen, I think it is.
But I love the lifestyle. It's a good lifestyle. I love, I get to wake up and go to the gym.
Well, look how you're in great shape. Look at me having to wear this big jacket to cover the belly. Like, I love the lifestyle.
No, definitely. And I think there's also a thing about listen, you got the Brazilian samurai squad. Sorry, and then those dudes seem like they're your brothers too, right? Like it's another family outside your family that you're grinding with every day. And we're talking about the journey. I mean. Listen, I know you still got a long career ahead of you, but I think you're very close to hitting that next goal, right?
Yep.
And that's getting to the big show. And Kris, can we play the Road to the Big Show video? You and that production team put this together.
Let's go. Shout out to Jeff. Todd and John did the voiceover on this thing. Nice. I think
so you got your promotion making this video about you. You know what I mean? Like that goes to show like everyone believes in you. It's right there, and like it's gonna happen for you soon for sure.
Yeah, I'm a big believer. I know that guy.
When I was doing that shadow boxing, he was like, "Damn, you're fast."
Anthony the Bully Romero. It's not just a nickname. This is what that guy does. He steps inside the cage and he bullies his opponent.
I was nervous for that one.
As his fight with Brian Dow showed
wanna
in the
talk to you about
Up Next
that
Fighting
one.
Cage, this guy is an absolute juggernaut
what a
of a
combo.
mixed martial artist. And
Hung
I
out.
cannot wait to see what's next for
Bro,
him.
every fight of yours, there's a million
Romero
highlights, bro.
scored 3
Every fight.
consecutive knockout wins, including a very impressive first-round finish of world-class grappler Volodya Frangulian. Romero would go on to win championship gold
the right
in
hand.
the form of the Up Next Fighting
here's what I was talking about.
Bantamweight Championship.
Hit it with the.
Watch the birdie.
He is the first and only fighter to ever knock his opponent's mouthpiece out and land on my commentary notes.
This is a moment that'll live forever, this mouthpiece, bro.
There's nobody more dangerous than the Bully Romero in his weight class.
I knew I was gonna hit him with that too.
I didn't see a submission coming, bro.
Anthony the Bully
Honestly,
Romero
didn't.
certainly seems to be on the road to the big show.
Yeah. No doubt. No
Wait,
doubt.
so you
about
said
that.
you were nervous about the Brandon fight?
I was nervous for the Volodya from
Oh, yeah.
Just that name sounds scary. That's
Oh, well,
Volodya.
That's the fight.
Frangulian.
That was the fight I was gonna bring up when I said, what was your favorite fight or whatever. Because I think that was your third or fourth pro fight, and for someone with 3 or 4 pro fights to fight a world class wrestler like that, it's kind of nuts. So I want to see like your mindset going like leading up to that fight.
I was ready to go for sure. They gave me the name. I was like, hell yeah. I knew the high class wrestler would get me up. You know,
Right. Yeah.
Just beating him was gonna level me up.
Oh fuck yeah.
So it was no question we're gonna take the fight. But for sure, as the camp goes on, you start having these feelings as the fight gets closer. I started definitely. I was nervous. Like fuck. Do I really want to do this? Man, this guy is a world-class wrestler, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to get fucking taken down and just held down the whole fight. 'Cause that's kind of his style. I watched his other fights. He just holds you down and holds you down. I was like, fuck, this is going to be whack. I don't want to do this. So, all right, we're going to go out here. And I knew he thought I was going to rush him right off the bat. I was like, all right, I'm going to be real patient. I'm going to wait for him to shoot, be real patient, keep my hips low. And, man, he tried to box with me. So he threw a head kick and some other stuff. I was like, all right, cool, bet, let's go. And, man, I hit him with a super short left hook, and I saw he wobbled, and that was it. That's all I needed right there.
I think he was starting to strike though, because you were actually managing the range very well.
Yeah,
in
that's
that
what I was
fight
going to
too.
do. Yeah, I was staying real low. I was like, okay, I'm shorter than the guy, first of all. So him to get to my hips is going to be a little harder. So I got to stay low, keep my range, So, yeah, I think that's why.
No, yeah, for sure. You made him uncomfortable without even really hitting him at that point yet. But
Yeah.
the range and stuff, he's okay. I got to do something to throw him off. Yeah.
I heard it as soon as the bell rang, ding, and I went to the middle of the cage. I heard his coach yell something in Armenian, and I felt like it was because all my other fights before that, I rushed him, right in the beginning. So I knew he was gonna think I was gonna rush him. So when I did, I acted like I was, but I just stayed real calm. So it made him be like,
Well, I think people know, but I don't think people give you enough credit for how smart of a fighter you are too in the IQ.
that was something I wanted to bring up too. I've said, I'm bullied because of the way I fight in the cage and da-da-da. And someone told me like, that's not why you're the bully. You're the bully because of your IQ. And
I see it. The shot, like your punt, like you're picking the right shots.
picking
You're
everything
feinting
I'm
the
doing
right
is-
ways. You're moving to set up certain shots. I see it all. I don't think people give like that. Probably don't give that to you yet, just because you're also knocking dudes out with power punches at the same time.
People don't give Ryan credit. He's 27 years old.
I
But
was gonna say,
he
dude
truly
knows, yeah.
no. Listen, man, and part of when he wanted start this promotion because the promotion was Ryan's idea. To be honest with you, right? And so this is why we're involved. It's pretty much for Ryan. His fight IQ is off the charts for 27 years old. He sees all this stuff, which is nuts. And I don't think people really get it.
Yeah, the little intricate things,
Yeah, and I think if you really look at the matchmaking from the Rising Stars stuff, these guys look like pros when they're out there because they're so well matched. He's getting the best talent. One thing I want to say about Frangulian, right? World-class grappler. You really, in my opinion, took a risk taking that fight. This is a guy on paper, total opposite of your style. Should have been your kryptonite. Should have been.
Yep.
But look what you did to him.
Yep.
I think you finished him quicker than anybody, right?
Yeah. No risk, no reward.
And that's why
too.
I freaked out after the fight. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" and I was talking to myself.
Yeah, that's
I
the
was
thing,
in my
right?
head, like,
Yeah.
fuck. So after I was like, what are you talking about?
But aren't a lot of the demons and shit that we all deal with like self-generated, bro?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. And it's also like, for fighters, for fighting, if you're not putting in the work, you might be, I'm okay this week. But as soon as you get closer to that fight, all those things you didn't do are going to come to your head. The week before the fight, before weigh-in, the day of the fight, everything you did not do right is gonna come into your head, into your conscious, and you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Who cares what you did? What you did good. It's what you didn't do good, and all that kind of stuff comes into your head. So that's why, man. If you're gonna be a fighter, you want to do this, you got to stay disciplined.
And do you think that is why you've meshed so well with Brazilian Samurai? Because from what I understand about Samurai, he's all about accountability.
Yeah.
If he's not a fanboy of his fighters, if you're not doing what he wants you to do, you're gonna hear it.
Oh, for sure. If you're not doing good in the gym, he'll let you know. He'll tell you, man, you look like shit. and then also he makes us work really, really hard too. Like if there's days I'm like, I don't really want to push that hard. Well, we're pushing harder now, you know.
I mean, we came and saw you guys train at Black House a couple months ago, and we were just like.
And I was trying to tell, I was like, Samurai, usually when they come to do the gym visits, it's more like for the gym. It's like let's give more like let's show like for the people here, you know, not just us killing each other. And he was like, no, that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna show them real work.
But this is one of the reasons why like I like Samurai a lot.
Yeah,
I really, really do. Like when he's outside coaching, you're in that cage. He is like trying to crawl over that cage to be in there and fight with you.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt he has your back.
Yeah.
It's his passion, man. His passion is what keeps me, like what I love about him as a coach. You know,
Right.
His passion.
He's probably not for everybody though.
Oh, no, he's not.
Right.
We've had people come in and try him. Like, he's a good coach. He's just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you know.
I like crazy.
I love crazy.
Well, I think I'm a
need
little, bro. I think I'm a little fucking cuckoo too.
No,
me too.
he's. I mean, listen, he has a different. He's a probably, you know.
I'm not trying to say I'm samurai. I'm not trying to say that, but in my own
he's
way.
a little crazy like that. Also, he has to be a little more politically correct probably at times. But the mindset and stuff, you know, accountability.
Yeah.
He could get crazy at me when we're running a business together, but I know like the passion's there. He has my back 110%. Might get a little crazy at times, but I know he has what's best for the company, myself, and everyone. You know, at heart.
Yeah.
And that's good to know that you have someone like that behind you. I think in the sport that you're in, you're trying to achieve a career in. You need someone like that behind you.
Yeah, I want to go to war with him every time. That's the guy I picked to go to war with.
I love how the way it's like too fast, too strong. We're setting
That
up the
shit gets me going too.
Yeah,
he knows. And also too, he knows how to talk to me. Like,
Right.
He knows how to get to me. Like, whatever. He just knows how to what I need to hear. He puts it in my ear. You know, your dad, like my dad, rest in peace. You know, your dad, you did this for your dad. He'll put all that type of stuff in my ear right before the fight. Remember who's here. This and that and that. Like your family. You know. All that type of stuff, and then that shit gets me going, and it's real. Like I take fighting very, very personal.
Right.
It's personal. Anyone that says it's business on the outside, cool, yeah. But when it comes to me fighting you, as soon as you sign that contract, it's personal for me because now I think you think you can beat me, and this is my life. I'm trying to make a life out of this. So like you're trying to take my life away, my potential, what I want as a life. So it's personal for me every single time.
It's
I
funny.
agree with that.
No,
wholeheartedly, honestly.
Even in my normal business, that's how I feel. People say, don't pay attention to your competitors. Don't do this. Fuck, I pay attention to what my fucking competitors do because they're trying to take food off my table, right? If I'm not better than they are, they're taking food off my table. And that's one thing that I love.
In the great words of Diego Brandao, your mom was gonna cry before my mama cries. Straight up, man. There's no way you're gonna beat me in front of my family like that. I'm gonna make sure you're hurt before I'm hurt.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. That's just the way you got to be.
Yeah. And one thing I love too is your crowd, man, the energy that they bring. Challenging at times, to be honest.
Because we're all fighters. Even the girls, more so the girls.
Dude, like.
More so the girls.
If you only know, because, you know, running a promotion, we have responsibility. Like, hey, everybody stay down. Please be seated, this and that. Such a challenge, but I love it. I love every minute of it. I love the passion. I love the excitement. Your fan base is probably the only fan base that could battle the Armenian fan base, if you ask me, at our events. They go head to head.
We appreciate, we love the Armenians too. We tell the Armenians love me, so it's cool. Like we're back and forth, you know. But yeah, we know the Armenians coming deep.
There's something about those cultures, man.
Yeah, that's a small community, small countries. You know, I think they're all band together, and you know, when they have a lot of history of fighting other countries trying to take over, you know, that bands you together. You know. Yeah,
no, 100%. Well, we got. You know, we haven't announced it yet, but we got some good news. You are going to be on the March show.
Yeah.
Kris, can we pull up the graphic and we'll announce the fight as we see it?
I'm actually really excited.
No, this one.
Boom.
Anthony
You're the first
Romero.
to see the artwork, bro.
Okay,
defending his title versus Johnny Robles. And we'll talk a little bit about this right now. You can find the sleeper. I mean, the bully versus sleeper.
I haven't been sleeping on him at all. I've watched him for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Just like with the other dude I just fought, man, when I got his name, it was no surprise. So just for him, when you guys gave me his name, it was like, it's deal. I've been watching him. I've watched his wins. I've watched his losses. He's actually beat the only guy I've lost to, so that's cool. This is a good. Is
that some extra motivation though, right there?
Yeah, hell yeah, this is a good matchup. I beat from Velodia. He lost to Velodia. I lost to this other dude. He beat. So there's a good, he's higher ranked than me in Tapology. So there's little, but I've been watching him, man. I've watched him get slept twice already.
Do you believe in that whole Tapology?
That shit is. I mean, listen, Johnny
cool to look at.
Robles should be ranked high if he is high, but those rankings fucking suck if you ask me.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's cool to look at.
But one thing I really like about this fight is, Johnny Robles, great athlete. He just had a great finish this last fight.
Oh yeah.
Fight before that, you are taking the toughest fights. Like there is when the UFC's looking at you and looking at your resume, bro. You're fighting the who's who. You're not looking for an easy
That's
in
how
to
we're gonna get in.
big show.
I want to get in now. Like I need to get in. I'm 28, man. I'm already on the late train. I should have been in the UFC. Honestly, I've been this talented for fucking. I've been doing this for a long time, but just personal reasons I have stepped out of the fight game and being undisciplined. But I'm already on the late train, so now I'm trying to catch up.
Yeah.
So there's no way I can get in little fights here and there. I got to fight the best of the best. Now,
Listen, if you go out there and you beat Johnny Robles and have a great performance, I don't think there's any denying you.
The only person me to fight is the dude I lost to, and that's the only one I want to. That's the only other,
So would you want? Let's say you get through Johnny Robles, right? Would you want to fight? And if Steve Mora beats Alada, would you want to fight Steve Mora again?
100%.
Yeah,
I've been asking for Steve. I've been asking for Steve for like even before the Filipino fight. What's his name? Even before my first win, I was asking for Steve. Like right off the bat, I was asking the matchmaker, like, let me get that fight again. Let me get that fight again. But now, the stars might be aligning. But he has a good opponent. Slick Rick is no joke.
Rick Salada's no joke, bro.
No, he's
Rick is
definitely
good.
not.
I sparred with him many times. We trained in the gym many times. Jiu-jitsu and all. He can do it all. So it's going to be a good matchup. Steve is a little bigger, so we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, Steve's coming off a good win at Cage Warriors, right? I think he won by
he's
submission.
fought some good dudes, man. His record's a little... he has like a couple losses, but he's fought good guys. So.
Yeah. Sometimes those records can be so deceiving, bro.
Yeah.
Especially in MMA, it's crazy because you just never know what it's like. Like Seymour's record, that's not really the fighter he is, to be honest.
No, bro, he fought for us one time. He fought William Elliott, and
the beast.
Wow, what a fight! William Elliott, I think, kicked the shit out in the first round.
Yeah.
And then Mora came back. I mean, Elliott ended up getting the win, I believe. But wow, what a battle that was!
I think Mora's best quality is his heart, his grit,
dude.
That's
Yeah, that guy is just such a savage. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Keep going. He's gonna keep, even if he's getting fucked up, he's gonna keep pushing forward. He's gonna try to get that done.
There's no quitting that guy. He's never quitting. Yeah. You're gonna have to carry him out on a fucking stretcher.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think, just look at the guys he's fighting, right? Like if you don't have belief, if you're not 100%, you're not taking those fights. Mm-hmm. There's no freaking way. So shout out to Seymour. I cannot wait to see him versus Rick Zalal. But I think a fight I'm more interested in that we should get back to is probably you versus Robles.
Yeah. So I've been watching Robles for years. Like I said, I watched his wins, his losses. So it's a good matchup for me. I think I'm going to put him to sleep in the first round.
You're putting the sleeper to sleep in the first round?
Put the sleeper to sleep in the first round. I'm only saying this because I've been watching him for years now. I watched him beat what's his name? I watched him lose. I watched him get slept multiple times, 2 times, which he hides very well. He hides from his Instagram very well, but I find it. I'm a fan.
I would hide him too, though. I'm just being fair.
Huh?
I'd hide him too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He's not going to post them.
But I found him.
One thing I do want to say to his credit, I think one of the times that
anytime I see someone get knocked out flush, like asleep, that just shows me like, your chin might be suspect now. That's 2 knockouts from 2 other dudes that I've watched you. Oh man.
Yeah, one of those I think was with Up Next, and to Robles' credit, that dude missed weight by like fucking 6 pounds, I think.
I think even more.
6 or 8 pounds. It was fucking crazy, and Robles still took the fight.
Yeah, Robles' game too.
And that Afghanistan dude is no joke either. He was a big, strong guy.
Yeah.
Albert beat him up.
Yeah.
Oh, Albert
just
killed
owned
him.
Broke his ribs, like 3 of them.
Yeah,
That's good. Good job, Albert.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I never disrespected that guy, but he missed weight for us by 10 pounds, and
he was disrespectful with Albert too. After the fight, he was, like
he's like, So I was really happy to watch Albert handle business.
Was he chirping Albert or something? Or?
Yeah, Albert was trying to shake his hand, and dude was like, "Nah." Like he thought Albert cheated. He thought he was doing like illegal elbows or something, bro. Like even if it was illegal, if you're getting hit, you gotta move. That's what the refs tell you before the fight. No matter what, defend yourselves at all times. Even if something you get hit in the back of the head, don't just look at the ref. Hit me in the back of the move, bro. Like you're in a fight. That's the thing, bro. I don't even when I'm in this fight, the ref's not even there.
See, that's what I always tell, man. Don't make the refs do their job. Don't put them in the mix of things. You do your thing, and they'll call what they're gonna call.
Don't look at them asking for something. None of that type of stuff.
When I
see that stupid shit is dumb,
dude, when I see that shit, it tells me you're not engaged in the fight itself.
Yeah,
right.
sure.
If you're looking for help or you're doing that. So, can you give us any like secrets about what the game plan may be with Robles? I know you said you're going to knock him out, but do you have any strategy, any thoughts that you've been studying?
It's gonna be the same thing.
Same as usual?
I fought his other 2 teammates already. I fought 2 of his teammates that were wrestlers, you know.
And they thought they had the Anthony Romero kryptonite, but no.
Mm-hmm. Nope, they didn't. Both of them got laid out. The first guy I fought from CMMA was from the state championship for California. Knocked him out in the first round. The other dude from the CMMA, I got him down in the second round. So it's kind of, I think they're gonna have the same thing. They, wrestling with some catch wrestling with some, stuff like that. They have sneaky stuff. They have good leg locks and stuff like that. They definitely have stuff that's good like that, And they have wrestling too, for sure. But I'm training with Kenny Bolt Wrestling. I've been training with him since I was 11 years old. I've been doing privates with him at 11, So I've been wrestling for a long, long time. I just don't need to use it. Don't need to use it.
Do you like to use it? Or do you just like to strike and put it on that show?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I know that's what the fans love.
This is entertainment, man. This is a business. I'm trying to get to, if I can wrestle you and take you down and hold you down, yeah, sure, it's going to win. I'm going to win. But, is the UFC going to see me and be like, let's get him to let's get him. I want him. Is Dana White going to be like, I need him? No, no one's going to want that guy, So, yeah, I could 100% wrestle any one of these guys and take him down and play that game, for sure. I am a great wrestler, great jiu-jitsu. I was training with Kennedy, Corbrina since little kids. You can talk to them about me, man. They know what's up. Like, everyone that knows me knows I'm a full... I'm a well-rounded athlete. I can do it all. So when these wrestlers think they're just going to take me down, hold me down, and it's a whole different thing.
So if I'm being selfish, I don't want to see your wrestling. I don't want to see your jiu-jitsu. I want to
see a lot of good...
Let me just be honest, bro. I want to, I love to see your striking because every single fight that I've watched of yours, I've loved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think, and you're very smart.
Yeah, I'm coming out there for a show, but I'm not going to be stupid. I'm just going to be smart,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, just like Brandon Michael Spencer, you finished it with the armbar. It was there, you took it.
I even looked at the clock too. Before I took him down, I looked at the clock. I was like, let me see how much time's left first. And I knew the time was like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay, perfect. If there was longer time, I was going to push him away and start bombing him. So I said, all right, 20 seconds, something. I was like, all right, let me go for it. Bam. And then I knew once we got to the ground, if he got into my guard, he was gonna start just throwing bows and punches at me, and I already knew I was gonna throw that armbar up.
Yeah.
Who beat him? Hamzat did that exact same armbar setup to him.
Yeah.
And their last amateur fight, and I watched that, and I was like, I told Hamzat before when I was walking out in the back, I was like, I'm gonna hit him with that armbar. Watch, same thing.
Oh no, wait, you called it out.
I called it. Ask Hamzat, he'll tell you. I called it.
Oh.
Yeah, I called it. So as soon as that, boom. If you watch the video of me hitting that armbar, I didn't even have his arm when I threw the armbar up. Like when I threw my hips to get around his head, I didn't even have his arm. I just knew he was gonna give me the arm. And you watch the video, I throw my legs, boom, and he gives me the armbar.
Okay, Mr. Fight IQ, what do you have to say about that?
I think he's a very like I already hit on earlier. He's a lot smarter than people probably give him for as a fighter.
He's a lot smarter than you are.
Well, that's for sure, man. That's 100%. It's okay. I got your genes, but I kind of want to get into.
Bro, you see how he talks to his father?
That's fire.
Like, come on.
You got it. If you can dish it, you can take it, right?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
No, it's all good. But no, I mean, listen. I think it sounds like you do a lot of tape studying. You're locked in, and you're seeing patterns when you're watching tape of what these guys do and how to get them.
I already got Robles patterns too. I'm not going to tell you guys here.
I can just tell by the way you're talking. You've already did your tape study, and you already see things.
For years, I've been watching this guy.
Do you do that with a lot of guys that you may
everyone?
Is it like
I fucking love that. Like, even from the promotional standpoint, I'm watching what all these other promotions are doing, bro. Everything. I'm the same way.
I'm watching everyone.
Yeah.
I'm watching the 35 amateurs. I'm watching everyone.
Yeah.
Because I was an amateur at one point, looking at these dudes, looking up. I'm gonna get you one day. So
that's also the great thing about the sport too is like it takes a year run to put your name on the map.
Yeah.
Or like what I mean, like. Yeah. No injuries and stuff. You can bust out 4 fights in 1 year. Yeah. Like
I'm not trying to get surprised by no one. That's why I'm watching everyone.
I'll tell you, man. I've now become even a bigger fan of yours, which I didn't think was possible. Yeah, I love the thinking behind it. So you're not just a brute fucking throwing skins and fucking elbows.
That's the last thing I'm
very
doing.
Intellectual, bro. Very.
You hear my coach anytime we start swinging it. Don't brawl. Don't, like that. We're not brawling at all. It's all. calculated violence, you know?
So
100%.
I've seen that in your fight style, but just hearing you talk about intellectually, just like studying your opponents, like what your mindset is, man, it just puts you on another level.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
What's that saying? You know, failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
That's right.
It's the truth. Like, no matter how good you actually are, like, there's some guys that I don't need to watch tape. You know, like, that's kind of an ego thing. Like, yeah, for sure. I don't need to watch tape. I can go out there and just fight for sure. But like, is that giving you the best chance to win? Like, you know, I want to watch everything this guy does. I want to watch the way his ticks. What does he do after he punches? Does he pull his shorts up all the time? Does he touch his neck? Anything like that?
Yeah,
100%.
You know?
I'm watching all these little things, and I put that shit in the back of my head. I tell my coaches about it, and we work. We game plan.
All the data you could get. No, but I love that. I think you got to be obsessed with, you know.
Yeah.
When you're fighting with your opponent, what the fuck does he eat? When does he sleep?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of mindset I think you have to have, because that's
One thing I don't watch them like
Right.
when I sign the contract, I won't watch Johnny Robles' stories or nothing like that, because then I think I'm too invested now. Like, I've already seen what I needed to see from him. Like, at this point, the contract is signed. I don't need to look at it one more time until the fight. You know, so because then I feel like you get too invested and you're thinking too much about him. You know, I'm definitely thinking about the fight. In a healthy much, not too much, you know.
Yeah.
It can be too much. You start thinking
Because it just gets overall consuming, right? That consumes your mind.
I think it's like what I love is like you found your perfect, like you figure out kind of the sauce of how you like to dissect it and get down to it. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm happy we're having this podcast, because I did not. I mean, I could tell kind of, you know, but like, you know, getting this much information, seeing like. Kind of had no idea at the same time.
I didn't realize you were so intellectually invested also, right? Which I think it's really hard to find this whole complete package, right? Where you're intellectual, you're very strategic, and then you can execute.
Yeah, look at this.
Well, Dana, you got the full package over here, brother. Whenever you try to sign the guy. So
you look at the best fighters in the world, John Jones, GSP. They weren't the best. Yes, they're really good athletes, you know, top of the line athletes. But it wasn't that what got them the wins. It was their IQ, their mind. Yeah. John Jones is game plans every time he fights, and he like even his last fight, like his game plan with the kicks and all that type of stuff. Like that's stuff that wins you to fight. You know, his game plan. Like
So how hard is it to stick to the game plan though? I mean, do you ever find yourself challenged? Are you just so freaking disciplined that you've got your game plan and you stick to it, or have you ever found yourself veering off and then Brazilian Samurai gives you shit?
It's because Samurai I can't. You know, we train, like we'll go into the cage the day of the fight, the day of the weigh-ins, and we'll replay the whole 3 rounds of the fight, you know? So we're what's it called? What do you call it? I forget what you call it, but we're pretty much replaying the exact role-playing the fight, you know? Everything. Simulating the fight, exactly. Perfect, exactly what it is. We're simulating the fight. So not really, you know. And then I got him screaming at me too, so it's not. You know,
and he screams, bro.
You know, and I also think that, I mean,
not hear him.
Credit to all your fighters, but we saw the sparring day. I think to keep your game plan during the sparring day, it's probably easier to do it on fight night than those sparring days sometimes. Like,
it is.
You know, those sparring days are, you know, if you could listen to coach during those sparring days, 5 rounds crazy like that.
Because and then plus it's like you're tired, and then you get a fresh dude in, guy, and another fresh guy. And
I think Brazilian Samurai does that on purpose, right? It's a mental thing as well. Fighting is such a mental thing.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, because if you've already seen it in the gym, you're not seeing anything new in that cage.
You can remember your game. You can keep the game plan in the cage and do all that.
Everyone's good when they're not tired, right? Everyone's good. Everyone could throw a good hard punch or a good kick. Let's see what you can do when you're tired. And that's when I thrive. And that's when I want to fight. Yeah, when we're both tired a little bit, let's see what's good. Let's see what's what then, you know? Yeah. That's where I really thrive. And that's how, like, when the Brandon fight, we were both a little going. That's why I kind of stayed in the middle. That's also why I got hit a little too much. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I'm gonna move my head a lot more. But that's why, because we're both tired. But I knew if I just kept staying right there, keep going. Eventually, he's gonna wither off. And sure enough, even when he did hurt me, you know, boom, push right there, right in your face, and that gets you tired. If someone's just always in your face, you got to move around and do that type of stuff is tiring.
Oh, 100%.
Well, Pargev, our Rising Stars 125-pound champ.
Yeah, I love that guy, man.
Oh, bro, he's so good. I think
so humble too.
Yeah, he's going to be going pro. I think Ryan's going to defend one more time.
I talked to him recently. He wants to defend one more time and then make the jump.
Yeah, but he also said, like, all these dudes can look good in the gym, but what really matters is when you get in the cage, under those lights, it takes somebody special to perform that.
Yep. For sure, and that's where I thrive. So even when I did jiu-jitsu, like, you know, 12, 13 years old, my dad would say, like, when you get on those mats, like, you're not like shy or nothing about it. Like, you thrive. Like, you really do thrive under the pressure of the lights and the fans and all that type of stuff. And I love it. I feel like I get to finally get to showcase my skills. I get to show off in front of my friends and family.
It really looks like you're an artist when you get in the kitchen. You're so expressive, right? After you finish, like, you're screaming, putting your tongue out, whatever it is. It feels like you're expressing yourself. you know, it's
Yeah,
like
for sure. It's a release too, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I definitely think it's a release. Like I've been like when I'm fighting, and obviously, you know, like the lifestyle, like the life I had to live growing
Yeah.
up, like so all these things I still have, you know. So it's definitely I get to just release, you know.
Well, you know, Byron Valle, you know, was on the podcast, right? And we talked to Byron just about his upbringing. He has a similar upbringing, right? And he's talking about, you know, he had all these haters. Nobody thought he'd make it out of the hood or be anything. Is part of it just like, I am something and I'm on this fucking...
Same thing. I've always been underestimated, or you know, you're not gonna do this. I should have been statistic for sure. So that's definitely a motivation for me. So I love proving people wrong. Anytime someone wants to be like, oh, you can't do this, you're gonna prove your ass wrong, and I'm like, told you so. I love that feeling. That feeling right there is what I'm here for.
Yeah. Nothing's better than shoving it up someone's...
Wait,
For
pause,
sure.
pause.
Pause.
no,
That was a
like
big
that. Sorry,
pause.
not like that.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for pointing that out. I didn't mean like that.
No, we
Yo,
know
hey,
you did.
we're gonna
Look,
clip
I'm
that.
turning
We need
red
to clip
now.
that.
I didn't mean like that. But no, even when, you know, we got involved, we started Up Next. People just thought, oh, they'll be doing this for a year. And, you know, because the
Sure,
fight
yeah.
business
It's expensive too, right?
Bro, you have no idea. Everyone thinks just
yeah.
because we're selling our events, we're making a ton of money and shit like that. It just is not like that. I think what we're doing, and I always repeat myself, we're not putting on shows. We're building a brand, just like you're building a brand. That's what we're doing. But a lot of the haters, they won't last a year. They can't keep up this pace. Yeah. That's what I was hearing all the
Now look at us.
haters.
Yeah.
Look at us now, man. Like
Yeah.
it's just fucking amazing. 2.5 years
Show
in
after
now.
show after show after so all bangers.
Dude. Like
I think we had a run where you were like the main event for 3 of them in a row too, just banger after banger after banger.
Co-main event, you know.
How was it like fighting with Albert on the same card?
We've been wanting to do that since like we've been training together. So like that was kind of thing we wanted to do. So it was great, you know. It was really fun. I actually like just going to the events now. Like his last fight, I didn't fight. You know, like, it was cool just to be there and not have to like you know, like it was cool just to have fun. Like,
Yeah.
felt like a kid. Like I just got to run around and you know, it was fun. It was fun.
Don't get too used to that, brother.
No, I know,
You
yeah.
got the fights coming and-
Well, I mean, let's talk about Albert a little bit, right? I think Albert, you know, you guys are sort of on the same journey, but different journeys, right?
Yeah.
He's on the road. He's been in the UFC already, and now he's on the road back to the UFC.
For sure. Yeah, man. Our squad is just what I believe in. You know, us three. Like, without the I wouldn't want to be with anyone other than that. You know, like those are my guys, and I want to stick with them. Yeah, us three together, bro. We'll take over anyone, bro.
Such a good feeling though, like having the people that you're
Yeah.
grinding with every day, working towards the same goal with, like
Yeah.
having that feeling,
And
like
then-
that team is amazing.
Yeah, and then we're actually being more successful too. So it's like it's working. Like,
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, the difference is too, I think it's a complete mindset.
Yeah.
Like you guys
They're
have
locked
this
in.
shared
Yeah.
gangster ass mindset, thick as thieves.
Yeah, and I've known him since I was young too. I've known him since I was like 18, 19 too. So, man,
Do you see, and you know, we talked to Albert's been on the podcast too, you know, do you see a change in his mindset? Because Ryan and I were talking like
he's locked in even more.
100%.
Even more in the last year or so. He's locked in even more. He's up early in the morning running. He goes to sleep early, like 9. You know, he's in bed. He's doing his thing. He's training people. He's working out. Like, he's killing it, man. Dude's killing it. He's got a new car. He got a little Tesla.
I love that post,
Yeah,
bro.
man,
Like,
I love it, dude. He's doing great, man. Things are good.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think we were saying like we saw a different version, like as far as like even like his fighting career. I mean, he's been around for a long time. Already been in
Yeah.
UFC, first round knockout, LFA, all that stuff. You know, trying to get back there now, but the last like 3 or 4 fights just look so.
Yeah, I mean, he was always
so
his biggest
locked
enemy.
in.
You know, he was
Yeah.
always his own biggest enemy. You know, whatever he had to do behind the scenes, that was that. But now he's locking it in 100%. And also, too, it's like we have, you know, he's getting a little older too, so it's there is no time to chill. Like it's go
this
time
is
now.
his chance now.
This is go
right?
time. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we got to get in.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you about is, so when we talked to Albert, he said how you guys knew each other from training at a different gym, and then you came to a Black House tryout.
Yeah.
Won the tryout. Can you talk to us about that? I've heard about it. I've never heard like the full on story though. Like,
Yeah. So actually, I was invited to Black House at like 18 or 19 by Pedro Munoz. He's like top 10 UFC fighter.
Yeah,
right now.
Pedro's a beast.
Really cool guy. He knew my dad. He brought me to Black House originally, but like I said, I was right after my dad passed away too. Was right around that time, and I wasn't just locked in. I wasn't consistent. He didn't invite me to come train, and I would miss trainings. But I was in Black House, but I kind of just fell off. You know,
Yeah.
fell off. Got a job. Started just working the job. That's when I was doing construction. and so I stopped training for like 2 years maybe. And then I was at LA Fitness one day working out, doing some chest. And then I seen on Instagram, Black House posted this tryout, and that was my, because I was like, damn, I need to get back to the gym, and boom, that was my shot. I was
That
like, okay.
aha moment.
Boom, yeah. So immediately I signed in, put in application to do it. Boom, they hit me up like the next day or a little later than that. Boom, and then I went, and I was already familiar with the place. Like I said, I've been there before, so it just now it was like that was my door back in. Yeah, it was cool training, man. Really professional, and that's why I met Christian. DeGarro.
Yeah.
Has he fought for Up Next yet?
He was supposed to, but he got injured, right?
Yeah, and he's most likely gonna be on the same card as you come March.
Shit. Hey, dude, he's already a pro.
It's so crazy. Everyone I'm talking to that knows him is like saying like, "Why? Wait till he fights for you guys." But you know,
He be giving the work.
like,
He be giving me the work sometimes in the gym for sure. I
Yeah.
have to come I have to come correct with him.
Yeah.
He's the problem for sure, man. He hasn't performed his best underneath the lights, but he's a little young, he's getting better. But
listen, with him,
He's fought some top talent.
I was gonna
too.
say, and it's also
Yeah.
an amateur. So I think those losses are even better. Like I said, losing an amateur
100%.
is a great thing. So that's why I got into Black House, and then that was it. Pretty much started.
Wait,
bang.
but the trial, did you guys like? Was there like sparring competitions? And
Yeah,
stuff, or-
me and Christian were pretty much like the two top dudes in the sparring.
Yeah.
And we didn't train together throughout their whole training session until the end. And they were like, Samurai was like, you in the cage. And then me and him, we just got
went at it?
after it.
And then you
yeah.
guys both got the,
Yeah, we both got the call. We
cool.
got signed, yeah. Both gave us the Black House.
That's really
athlete.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think Christian should probably be going pro pretty quickly here.
For
right?
sure,
Maybe
man.
another fight or two.
I've been talking. So he wants to move down a weight class.
Yeah, he's
so-
gonna be a 35-year-old, which
Yeah.
is a
So I think-
good luck, boys.
Yeah, that fucking body type at 35 is gonna be tough for.
He's strong, dude. He's strong. He's like a.
Is he
he's-
physically strong? So I
Yeah,
mean,
no, he's strong.
Yeah.
When he grabs a hold of you, he just locks in. And he's been training with the Armenians too at Gracie Baja. They're all good jiu-jitsu guys, are good wrestling dudes. So he's learning from them too. So man, he was training with Velodia, so he's learning from Velodia. Like he's getting good wrestling.
Yeah, he pops around a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. You know,
Yeah.
he's definitely a Black House, but he lives in the valley, so it's a hour and a half drive, or it's like really far for him. So he definitely goes in the valley and trains.
Yeah, that drive is brutal. That
Yeah.
405.
Yeah,
I used to do that. No fun, bro.
Yeah, I do it too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah, but yeah.
So you lost your dad when you were 18 or 19?
Yeah, my dad passed away when I was 19, man. His ass went to a freaking party, some stupid ass party, and I guess he got into it with some dude, back and forth, and the dude ended up stabbing him.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he passed away there in his car outside.
Fuck.
Yeah, man, it's fucking crazy, dude.
How tough was that?
It was really tough, really, really hard. Like, because at that time I was like, before him, we were living in hotel to hotel. We're moving, like I said, moving all over the place. When my mom met him, after some time, we moved in with him, and like we lived on the west side. Like the first time I moved to the west side, West LA, like even a whole different type of lifestyle with him, like from going to the inner cities of LA, hotel to hotel to hotel to motel to motel, not hotel, motel.
Motel.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a difference.
There is a huge
Yeah,
difference,
big
man.
difference, yeah.
And like having to be in that type of life, and then complete 180, like with him, like being in a nice home, like all that type of stuff, like he had everything you needed as to have a family. Like he had that, him and his friends, him and two of his friends, they all three raised me really, really well. Aaron and Joshua, both of them men helped raise me too, not just my dad. Joshua and Aaron still help me out to this day. But yeah, that was really, really hard for me, man, because I was 18. I think I didn't even graduate high school yet. I was just about to graduate high school. Yeah, and after that, it just my life kind of went downhill. Like,
I can only, that
know,
sounds nuts. Like if I ever had to think about that, I can only imagine.
right before senior year, like, man, boom, and I didn't know what to do for like that I was kind of in limbo for like that year, and trying to find somewhere to stay.
Well, on paper, you're a man or an adult, but you're really not at that age.
Yeah,
right?
18,
You're still
that's-
finding yourself. You're still figuring yourself out. And that's probably one of the most critical times where you need that important role model.
Yeah, I needed him, man. I need his ass 100%. I still need him, man. But man, his brothers, his friends, those dudes keep me. After he passed away, they took care of me. Aaron and Josh. Aaron and I moved in with him. He's the man that got me into jiu-jitsu. Like because he actually did jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, oh shit, let's get Anthony into it. So that's how that happened. But those two men still help me out today. But fuck, that was definitely one of the hardest things I had to go through. Like I'm still are still not like okay for with it, you know?
Well, I think it's
like 11 years, something like that.
No, I mean, dude, I'm not trying to compare, but I lost my mom to cancer. I knew it was coming. I lost her young age. I was my late 20s. Lost her, so I knew it was coming. I couldn't imagine losing a parent under those circumstances.
Yeah, he just dropped my mom. We had a good day. A good day. He just dropped my mom off, and he was, I'm gonna go do something real quick. He was in that life. He was a drug dealer and shit. You know, he was in that type of lifestyle. We're gonna go make this sale real quick. All right, cool. Get it. My mom wakes me up like at 4 o'clock in the morning. We gotta go to the hospital. Not the hospital. The police station. Fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. This dude sit us down and tell us like. Pfft. And then, like, to hear, like, some dude like, it was a whole problem, but, like, to hear some dude stabbed him was just...
Well, did they catch the dude?
I think so. I think they got him, yeah. Okay. I didn't really follow through with it. At that time, I was just kind of like, you know.
Probably better.
Yeah, but I think they got him.
Yeah, it's probably better. Yeah. Well, I think your dad's looking down and he's super proud, bro.
Man, I feel him in that arena, man. I feel him. Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. I don't know how to explain it, but the presence, it's, like, there.
I believe in that. I believe in that stuff, and I think, like my dad said, you're definitely making him proud. He's watching when you know, physically he's not here, but he's watching you. You know what I mean?
Man. And that's why my coach knows that's why he knows what to tell me to. Remember who you're doing this for. Remember your dad. Remember who put you into this, and that extra motivation.
He always tells me, he's like, "What's your why?" Right? Like what's your motivation?
Yeah.
You know, you seem like after talking to you have a lot of things you're fighting for. You know what I mean? And that's why
fighting
you
for
come in
the life, fighting for the life I want. You know, like I've been with nothing. I don't want that. I still have nothing really. Like nothing's mine. Like, you know, like I want to have I'm not asking for much. I just want a comfortable life. You know.
Yeah.
I want to buy organic.
Listen, bro.
Hey, did raw milk ever hit you up?
Who?
Raw milk. Remember you talked in an interview about getting
they hit me up, but then something happened.
They had a recall.
That's exactly. They had a recall with their cheese, and I'm like, okay, I'm straight.
Oh, no, can't do it. Look, I think too, part of what you said, hey, you want these things, but I think what you really want is to just honor your dad, right? Like, and do better than he did, because that's what he would want for you.
Exactly.
That's what, like when you're talking, that's what I really see.
Because he didn't have none of that type of stuff either. Like, you know, he was shot like when he was young, so he had a limp. Like, so he was living through me. Like, he was a beast though. In work, in the gym, he was a beast. But like, he couldn't run. Like, you know, he couldn't do stuff like that. So he was living through me, putting me in jiu-jitsu, wrestling. Like, he would watch me. He was to be the one to go watch me train, watch me fight in these competitions. Go, Ant, let's go, Ant, let's go, Ant. I hear his voice in my head to this day. Let's go, Ant. That shit gets me, you know? I hear that shit to this day.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, and I also do this shit, like, man, I have a little brother, I have a little sister, I have a mom that I'm trying to take care of, you know? Like, she's getting older. Like, I don't want her to, like, have to work or none of that type of stuff, you know? Like, my brother and my sister, we never really had to be together for years at a time. We've had different dads, so, like, we were always separated. So, like, I'm trying to bring my family together, you know? Like, I'm the big brother, and I want to act like that.
Your boys, I'm calling it right now, too. First fight in the UFC, you're going to get that knockout bonus.
Fuck
I can feel it right now.
I need that.
Oh, yeah,
I need
man.
that. I need it, man.
Listen, bro, it's honestly, I mean, I like to think I have good fight IQ, bro. And when I see you watch, I'm serious. Like, we were watching Contender like a couple months ago. I'm like, dude,
bro, I'm in
put
there.
him in there right now. Like,
No, he
I was
actually
like,
said that.
I was like, put him
He
in there
said
right now.
there was a 35er not talking about Romero would beat his ass. The bully beat his ass. That's what he was saying.
Bro, keep on the track that you're on right now, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I have a good manager. I'm with Iridium, so you know Jason House is taking care of me.
Shout out to Jason.
Yeah, shout out to Jason, man, and everyone at Iridium, bro, Simon, everyone. They're taking good care of me, man. So they're gonna make sure I'm in the right spot, and that's what you know. It's who you know, right?
Yeah.
He has. Hey, Dana, I got this boy. I got this guy. Shelby, I got this guy.
Listen, I'm sure you've had some backdoor discussions where Jason and the team is telling you, look, get out there, have another good performance, and you're probably super duper close. I mean,
man,
it's a no-brainer if you ask me.
I'm not proud to say this, but I was already offered one, and I wasn't ready to take it. They offered me on the John Jones, on the prelim against another Iridium guy. His opponent fell out real short. Some other dude stepped up, and his last name is Romero too. But they asked me to fight at 145, but it was too fast, like a week notice, and I just said no.
Yeah.
But I'm already getting these calls, so it's like, okay, it's real. Like, he told me to stay ready, and I was like, okay, stay ready.
Listen,
that's up a weight class too. I mean, like,
I could do 45. I just it's going to take me like to get back to that weight, because I want to fight at 45 eventually when I get older.
Yeah, you got to bulk up.
You got to bulk up again.
Yeah,
because I was a lot bigger when I fought Dow. I was a lot bigger.
Yeah.
I was like felt good. Like honestly, I feel the best physically at 45.
But I also feel you're in a different position than a lot of guys. Some other guys probably should have taken that. With you,
exactly.
I think the decision you made was smart. You need to fight at 35. You got to have your.
We don't need to.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. Some guys would never get that call again. You're not.
That's what we're saying. Like, do we want to make our debut like that? Like, I don't need to have it like that. You know, we're at such a good spot right now.
Yeah.
I'm so close. It's just a couple steps to make, and then we're in. So that's why I could have been in the UFC for sure. But then, okay, what? Like I took a loss in the UFC, 2 more fights, and I didn't want that to be my best.
I think you got some certain opportunities, right? But I think a week notice, up a weight class from what you're fighting at right now is just. Yeah. And listen, you're so excited.
To get in the UFC. No, I don't want to get in there.
Yeah, you don't want to just get. You're gonna make some noise in there too.
Yeah, I don't want to just get in, fight, and
the good thing for you too, bro. You got personality. You're exciting as fuck when you fight. Where you're not even even a 12-0 guy, but he's just taking everyone down and wrestling them 12 decisions.
Yeah,
you got a little more negotiation. You got a little something behind you for sure.
Yeah, I would say that you're marketable. Yeah, right? Not only in the cage, kind of outside that cage. The way your story, just everything come together. You've got the complete package.
What's like one thing? So like say one day you get not one day you're gonna get to the UFC, but one day you become UFC champ, semi-famous or whatever. What's like one cool thing you want to do? You see guys playing in movies, guys getting Calvin Klein sponsorship commercials. What would be your number one thing?
Nah, man, I want real estate.
Own property.
I want property.
All right, simple. I like it.
Simple. Property or
business,
some sort of business. Food or clothing or shelter. Those are my 3 right there.
And that's. I think
movies sound cool. I'll do a movie.
I think you would be a sick movie character. To be honest,
I thought about it. I thought doing like
you could
extra,
play a bully.
extra
You
work.
could play a bully in a movie.
Yeah,
that might be
I thought about doing extra.
Listen, but I think from where you come from, that's what's important to you.
Yeah.
Your family, having stability.
That's what I want. Stability. That's the main thing for me. That's when I'm doing good is when I'm just stable. Everything's. I have to have a routine. I'm doing this in the morning. This. Everything's planned out for me. Because when it's not, I start just getting side quests and start messing up.
I hear you, bro. I get that 100%.
Yeah, so I gotta be disciplined. I gotta have everything locked in, and then that's the way I have to have my life.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way because my upbringing was a little funky too, bro. Yeah. So it's kind of like that's why I like my structure. Yeah, I like to know what I'm doing. Yeah. Very focused on what I need to be doing. Yeah. So I'm the same fucking way.
Yeah, man.
I just do a lot better when I have like a structure. Like even when I go out of town for a couple days.
Yes, dude, give this guy a little structure, bro. Give him a little like mentorship. Like we need him structured, bully.
No, it's like even like if I go on like where we're traveling for the holidays and then just went out of town for 2 days. But like when I'm out of town, like I'm not at the office, I don't know the schedule. Like bro, I'm just like all over the place. Like I gotta get back.
Yeah.
And just get.
It's like a babysitting job sometimes with this guy, bro. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So we gotta, share with Ryan some of your secrets about staying focused and staying engaged and getting shit done. Bro.
Let's see what I got for you.
He needs your mentorship right now.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah. You don't drink alcohol or nothing, do you?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. What? What? That reaction was crazy. I don't drink that much.
What do you mean that's crazy? No, look, if I'm being real, I don't know if you party or not, but listen, I think soon we've got to party together. That's what we got to do. Sure. Like with your fan, the one dude, I want to drink with that guy. I actually do. No, but Ryan is actually the funnest dude to party with.
Thanks. I didn't know that.
He really is like the funnest guy.
Nice. I know how to have a good time too. Yeah, I'm down. But as far as discipline,
forget the drinking.
Yeah, we gotta start drinking. Just partying. That's what we gotta do.
Chris, break out the bottle over there, buddy. Bring it over.
I don't know, man. It just like just doing what you're saying you're gonna do. I don't know. Maybe for me, it's like one thing. Like I know if I get up in the morning and I get on my phone, I'll lose an hour. I'll lose an hour in my morning. I'll lose an hour and a half in my morning. So that alone is getting up and like getting out of bed, jumping out of bed and doing whatever.
Shower, whatever, yeah.
Whatever that is you need to do to get up, start going, and not going straight to your phone. Like stuff like little things like that, Yeah. Whatever it is that you got to put things in your way to make sure you do them, that kind of stuff. Like if I'm gonna wash my clothes, I'll make sure I put my laundry right there so I don't fucking forget. And if I do forget, I'll see it. Like I gotta do that. And then shit like that.
I'm the same way, bro. Yeah. I put my shit away. I take care of business.
Yeah.
That way, less drama.
Yeah, and then business before pleasure. If you're gonna do something, make sure you handle business before.
Yeah, I think those are wise words coming from the bully.
I pretty much do that all the time.
Hey, but also, I'm good at giving advice. I'm not good at taking it.
Same way, bro. I can always tell people, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, but I can't follow my own advice sometimes.
That's inconsistency, huh?
Yeah.
It's life, man. It's good. That's part of life, man.
Dude, life is definitely interesting, man. Way older than both of you guys, man.
Oh, that's for sure.
Life, thanks, Ryan. Full of ups and downs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
It's
you never
just-
feel like, oh, I'm good. I got it. Like you're always still.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to be on that journey, bro.
Yeah.
You always want to be struggling, in my opinion. You always want to be shooting for something. When you get fat, dumb, and happy, the passion in life just goes away.
Men die when they have no reason to live. Old men, you know, like there's a saying like that. Like old men die when they have no jobs. Like, you know, when there's when a man doesn't have a reason to live, he's just gonna die. He's gonna wither off and pass away. You know, like old age and stuff like that. You know. For sure. If a man he's doing something, he has a hobby, a career, something, he's giving back to people, that's the reason to live, you know? For sure.
That's his
Definitely.
passion.
Well, I think like he's not that old, but you know he has grandchildren. But
Gray hair. Oh,
I got a little, bro.
Just for men.
There's a little something going on
but to
there.
that point is like what he's talking about. Like he has a lot more energy than most people his age.
For sure.
He looks younger than most people his age. Healthier. And I think it's really kind of the mindset of what we're kind of talking about, right? Like when you're working, when you're striving, you're gonna feel that energy and feel better about yourself, and
You
like
just feel good. You feel like that's the other thing. You want to do stuff, then you start wanting to do these good things.
Oh, bro, there's no bigger high than to sit down with you and see you glow talking about what you've been doing.
I'm a fanboy, but Anthony Romero's coming on the podcast. Let's go. I love him.
And I felt bad too. I was like, damn, I flaked a couple times already. Like, I don't want to be known as the dude that's just gonna be flaking all the time. You know, for sure, that's not who I am. You know, so I definitely wanted to make sure I was gonna show up today.
No, it's all good.
And
man.
any other time too, like even after I'm done like fighting for Up Next and I move on to the UFC, like if anytime, bro, like I'm up next. You guys want me to be here? I'll show up for sure.
No, I feel like it's a great relationship. I feel like it's just been like a match made in heaven, man. Like we've got that synergy between us.
Yeah, your wife, everyone's so cool, man.
My wife's a little crazy though. I'm just letting you know. Don't let like the outside
look at
appearances
it.
fool you, dude. She's cuckoo.
That's probably why you're married to her.
100%. No, listen.
I love a little crazy too.
I need like your girlfriend, right?
Locks you in?
Just to keep you like on a
me too.
little leash.
Yeah,
My
for sure.
wife
Mine too,
has
mine
me
too.
on a fucking leash, which
Yeah.
I need and I enjoy.
Same too. I started getting off Will to a side quest, and she'd be like, "Get your ass over here."
Exactly. Listen, I need a strong woman in my life.
same,
It
me
makes
too,
it makes a
man.
lot of sense for me. I love it. Very, very fortunate. Have a great wife.
You have the best.
I'm
wife.
only saying that. I'm only saying that because my son's
Yeah, it's a mama's boy, huh?
Well, he will go snitch to mama just like that. Like
how she said on camera.
Oh, dude, she favors my sons. It's crazy. Like they could do no wrong. Kobe and Ryan. Let them do this.
Even more than the daughters.
But my daughter. Oh no, my daughter she gives shit to. Like I'm like, come on. She totally favors her sons.
Boys.
Yeah, for sure. But I favor my daughter, so it's okay.
Mama's boy. What can you do?
Yeah, what can
I mean,
you
look at my
do?
two options.
Bam, touche.
It's all good.
So what else? We'll wrap this thing up. What else should people know about you, bro, that we haven't kind of already talked about? And also, do you have a message for Johnny Robles, bro? Like, honestly.
I got no message for him, man. He's a cool guy. I've seen him around. There's no disrespect to him, you know. He's a humble guy. Like, it's all respect for sure. Another one bites the dust. I don't know why these MMA dudes keep trying to sign up, fight me. But as far as people knowing anything else about me, I mean, I try to keep it as transparent and let you guys know everything. I mean, I love video games.
What's your favorite video game?
Probably right now, I'm been stuck on this NCAA football. Like, I've been stuck on it. Call of Duty's cool, but it's been kind of weird. But
You got any skills in?
Yeah, but listen, we got to put these together because I challenged Rayshawn to basketball 1-on-1. I'll play him in Madden.
Rayshawn would whoop your.
Why would he?
hey, Ray Shaw,
You know
in actual basketball, because he could
You
ball.
know how much money you spent on private lessons for me growing up, and you're just gonna throw all that
Bro,
away
I
and say
see-
Rayshawn could beat me?
This is true.
He has a huddle with football, but he has like an 11-minute huddle, which is crazy. For someone to have 11 minutes and like a highlight tape in football in high school is a lot.
No, I heard Ray was actually really good at football.
I asked him to send me his huddle, and he sent me, and I was like, damn, 11 minutes? And I was a baller.
Yeah.
I was a baller.
But basketball is my sport. I'll mess with basketball.
Listen,
and I don't play NCAA, but we can play Madden. I'll beat him in Madden.
But
too.
no, I'm an athlete too. I can play basketball, football. What you want to do?
We gotta do a 5-on-5.
Soccer. We should. That'd be cool. A little fighters kind of thing. A little game or
just some
something.
sports.
Yeah.
I won't fight the fighters, but I'll play basketball and football with them.
Yeah, that'd be
Flag
fun.
football though.
Listen,
just make sure.
we're
Some dodgeball, something.
Listen, hopefully you get that call. But if you don't get that call, we're working on something. We've got a piece of property up in Northern California. We've got 40 acres. There's a ranch up there. So we're working on putting something together to bring a group of athletes up there to do like competitions, like shooting competitions, motorcycle riding, training with various coaches. It's gonna be amazing. We're just in the planning stages of it now, but it should be pretty cool. So we'll let you come up there and whoop Ryan in basketball, shooting,
Potentially.
motorcycles.
Potentially, there you go.
And we have a paint gun village up there.
I was gonna say paintballing is something
it'll
too,
be
man.
pretty interesting. You'll smoke this dude for sure. He's got no skills, bro.
I love you too, Dad.
I love you, Ryan. I love to give you
it's
all
all
the
good,
time.
man. It's all good. No, but we really appreciate you coming on, my brother.
No, this was great, man. This was
I think a lot of people that are gonna watch this are gonna get another view and look at you that maybe they haven't before. So it's great, and we got your fight coming March. Hopefully after that you'll get that call to the big show, but can't wait.
Hey man, let's keep the ball rolling. I love Up Next.
I want you to get that call. Selfishly, I don't, but I think it'd be best for you in your career, and I think you fucking deserve that. So.
That's gonna get you that check you deserve at that point.
sure,
honestly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you, champ.
Thank you.